Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Trash Talk.
Are you smoking weed over there?
I found a study that's gonna this is a good one.
Here we go.
Uh, I mean, do you sit and go over homework and everything with Luke? Do you work with him on his studies?
Well, I mean, there's so much deep diving in first grade, but um, yes, we
Yeah.
do home we practice, even if he doesn't have homework.
Yeah.
We're really focusing on his writing right now. Yeah.
Well, what you need to do is just add a little bit of weed to the situation.
First off, guys, I need to throw this out there as a disclaimer so I don't get child protective services called on me, or some person that hates me reports me. There is no weed in my house. There is no weed during my 7-year-old's homework. Let's just go on record, guys.
Well, there was a recent study done that
I'm
just goes to show you what some people do with their time, that they study the positive parenting behavior with the use of marijuana. This was a study. Using marijuana increases positive parenting behaviors. A new federally funded study
uh,
indicates.
we paid for it. Awesome.
Yeah, not only that, but it was from, of all places, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. They did this study. The more I read this stuff, I mean this is funny.
Don't
First of
we have
all,
measles? Don't we have measles still? And we're
yeah, it's still working on the measles, but you want to know something? Nobody's going to care about measles when they hear this stuff. But it says here, the relationship between marijuana and parenting is a nuanced one, and it was written by the authors at the University of Tennessee,
shocker.
Ohio State University, and
Oh, yeah.
San Jose State University. That's
Oh,
where these studies were done.
let's stop right there. Ohio State's emblem looks like a marijuana leaf anyway. So that makes
Right. Yeah.
and there's nothing else to do in Ohio anyway but play football or smoke weed. Tennessee, they grow it out there.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying. First of all, I think for those uh, high school people that might be watching this show that are thinking about where to go to college, you might want to consider the University of Tennessee or Ohio State or San Jose State University because they're doing these studies.
Yeah, sure.
And you might want to sign up.
So
Uh,
they do studies on weed and they think that makes people good parents, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So here's a few stats about this thing. And by the way, you can be paid to do this study.
No, I'm good.
Where, where they came up with the price of $190 to get involved into a study of marijuana and its effect on your kids' studies.
That's the reimbursement price for the weed that they got to give you.
I guess it'll just buy you enough to buy a couple of joints for the next study. But here, I got to read it because this is going to be you're gonna eat this one up. It says that the study again that I said was by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. On average, now there were 77 people that participated in this. That seems like a pretty small group to come out with all these statistics. But on average, the participants were 32 years old. Nearly three-quarters of them were mothers.
Mm, shocker.
So, so I mean, I'm envisioning this, this mom sitting there saying, you want me to help you with your math? Give me a minute here. Get ready for this. Now, half of them were either married or living in a marriage-like relationship,
No, there you go.
while the remaining half were single, widowed, or divorced.
I don't. I already know where the study's going. I already know where it's going. Go ahead.
But I mean, I'm just the pictures. When the more I read this, the pictures that were that came up. It says here the positive parenting behaviors in the same time frame when they report using cannabis. Positive parenting was defined as showing a child love,
Uh,
warmth, and care while providing and being sensitive to their needs and studies.
yes, you know why? Because it's stupid. This is just another example of colleges wasting time and another example of our federal government being frivolous with money. You know why? Because they're calm, cool, relective, and they don't give a crap. So they're like, yeah, I will totally help you with your homework because I love you. Because they're high. Like, I'm so sorry that you can't show your kid love or attention without being under the influence. This is freaking stupid. You know what? Stupid. Dumb. Get a grip. You're a parent. I'm sorry. It's so hard. I can't do it. Shut up. I'm so angry right now. Look, have the I have a ginormous ball of world's like stress on me 7 days a week. Okay. But I still put all my BS aside. I don't feel good. I haven't slept. I'm cranky. I got personal crap, whatever it may be. I put all my crap aside when that kid gets walks in my door after school. Boom. I focus.
Yeah.
Dad, I don't need weed for it. Sorry, moms. You are weak.
I mean, I I find so much. Maybe it's because I'm a product of the '60s. That's I mean, it was my generation that subscribed to tuning in and turning on and all that kind of stuff. And there are parts of the '60s that I do remember.
And here's
But
I
I
don't even
just
if that's what you're into, like if parents like I'm not judging anybody for smoking weed or hitting a vape pen or whatever. You do what you got to do. I don't care. I'm just saying that this study itself, and do you know what happened when they were high? They actually paid attention to their kids. Oh, well, I think the
well,
root
yeah,
root problem, why were they not paying attention to their kids ahead of time? I
you know,
also I also heard, actually, this is an interesting study too. That so a lot of people take pre-workouts. I don't do that because I don't need that energy, but I get it. Um, it's just too wild for me. I hear that if you want to do a pre-workout, you just have to do a line of blow. If you do cocaine, you will work out like crazy. That's a study they're doing.
yeah. And I mean, in this situation, I'm thinking you're getting ready to sit down and do this homework with your kid, and it's going to be probably more challenging for you than it is for your child, and also you figure so you have a few drinks, you smoke a little bit of weed and everything, and it's going to relax you, make it easier. You sit and you'll share some snacks and munchies and
Oh,
all, and you know your your kid comes home the next day. Hey, I got an A on my test. You know, and
really? Light up. Smoke a bowl real.
thanks, mom. Thanks, dad, for helping me. Helping you with what?
Yeah, just smoking. Don't mind me. I don't, man. We live in a weird time,
I know
man.
we make light of this and all, but the bottom line was when I think that somebody is getting a nice paycheck every week to do a study. You know, it's like when you see that there's been a 10-year study or something on the effects of tortoises getting from one side of the road to the other. You, you say to yourself, what can I dream up? How can I get rich doing something
Yeah,
really bizarre.
And this is not to get political, but this is when I hear, yes, cut this funding, please. Like, cut this funding. This is the crap that we need to cut. We need to get on in and rip it out. Like, no, we're not giving you $50,000 a year to smoke weed. Okay, we got to go.
Yeah.
You know. Meanwhile, I'm
Except,
going to work every day. I'm getting dressed for work every day, while some 8-year-old farting in a microphone makes $1 million off of YouTube. Ridiculous.
yeah, you know, what is it? Build it, and they will come. So, so if you just dream up something really crazy, it can happen.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that those educators at the University of Tennessee and Ohio State University and San Jose, state are saying, don't cut our funding, man. We need this. We need this study.
This is a very important study here.
That's right. And we don't want to lose our student population because they're standing in line out there to get into this study.
We need those grants.
But it was funny. I thought I would throw it out there, and I'll just because I got a big kick out of it to think that there actually is a legitimate study to try and find the correlation between cannabis and raising your kids.
Pretty wild.
So anyway, I'm gonna go light up and
Yeah.
catch
Light up, sit on the
we'll catch
patio.
you again next Tuesday, okay?
Yep.
Bye.